The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you can just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, that's
No, please,
Let's have it.
You don't understand. Please, this is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it, okay?
So Oz, this week we are going to kind of discuss a topic that actually you brought to my attention, and I really liked it, and I think it is something that we should discuss and talk about. So this episode, we're going to have kind of a Superman-centric theme episode with the news that Micheal B Jordan has officially, or at least the rumors, he's officially been in talks about the Superman role. And this is something that you brought to me, and I love the idea of this conversation. So kind of talk about why this, why you thought this was important enough to bring up as a topic for our episode.
Well, we'll break it down further when we get into things. But, I just thought it was interesting because, so this cat, Micheal B Jordan, caught hell for being the Human Torch rebooted, caught a lot of flack for that. Caught hell, basically, he's a hell catcher. Caught hell for being, a little bit of hell for being Apollo Creed's son in the first Creed. But then it was a good. They're just because they're just so like, wait, oh, this is the Rocky movie? Okay, I get it. It's not so much cut hell, but he got a little bit of flack for that because they're like, oh wait, oh this is the next Rocky thing. But then he did his thing in it due to the director, and we got Creed 2 out of it. But like he does controversial superhero movie roles, and this is all relevant because there's been like maybe 5, 6, 7 black supermen throughout DC's history, and it's always been crazy. There was one episode of Superman where Lois Lane decided how to get down with her roots or how to feel more in tune with the civil rights struggle, and Superman turned her black for a day. So there's we can delve into it, but it's interesting. It's worth a good conversation. There's also Calvin Ellis,
probably in my opinion the most well-known black Superman.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. He is, and by the way, if anyone has any flack about it, he was definitely based off of Obama. Okay, and
unless we're talking about Steel, which I would take that too.
Yeah, but I want to talk about like a not like a person who's paying homage to someone who saved their life like Steel was, which is John Henry, which is cool. But like I've always been fascinated by like a really powerful black entity, and when Earth 2 Society and Earth 2 comics came out, that black superhero was pretty controversial too, because him and Supergirl have a thing.
Yeah, and you definitely can't talk about Black Superman, without bringing up Icon. As important as he was. And this is a conversation that we've had plenty of times on this show between ourselves and even with our guests. And it's something that, and one of the reasons why this particular topic comes up is because, and I've been very outspoken about this, and I feel very strong about it. I don't want him to be Clark Kent. I don't want that. Because
it's so ridiculous. Why does he have to be Clark Kent?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying
it's such a ripoff,
and I'm not saying that's what he's going for or what they're even planning. But I don't I see people trying to say it'll be okay if he's. I don't want that, because that something like that genuinely changes the fundamentals of the character. It changes the parents.
Dude,
it just changes the entire story.
Let me tell you something. I am not okay with that in any way. Him being a black Clark Kent. No fucking way am I alright with that. So what needs to happen for this movie to be and they could actually make a successful movie out of it. Man, have him be either that Superman from Earth 2, or have him be that Calvin Ellis Superman. Have him be a Superman from the alternate Earth who is black. Don't do anything stupid. If you make him just a black Superman and flip it, it's just dumb. Why? And then what are you going to do for Lois Lane?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. It fundamentally will change the character. Because then you got to think of course the Kents are good people, so they probably would take a black baby in, but it would change the story around them as far as raising him. People asking questions, where did you get this black baby from? You know what I mean? It would change everything.
Dude, like you said, they would have to flip it where it would wind up being then you got to make the Kents black too.
Probably.
Probably. And then it's a rabbit hole it's a slippery slope you don't want, because they're then what are you going to do about Lex Luthor? Cool. What are you going to do about Jimmy Olsen? What are you going to do about any of those things? Jimmy Olsen being black on Supergirl, that was stupid. So.
Wow. So we're also going to just,
in my humble opinion, sorry.
Right. So he is on our list for a reason. We're also going to just talk about Superman in general, because I think he's a kind of a polarizing character. Just
he is,
just himself. I've been very outspoken again about overpowered characters and characters who just have no limits. That's why I'm not a Captain Marvel fan. Superman's not particularly my favorite either, to be honest with you.
Well, the only thing Superman is missing is being able to teleport, and that's why talk about OP characters, man. Dr. Manhattan.
But Dr. Manhattan isn't going around out of his way trying to save the world all the time.
Oh, because he is so overpowered, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. That's a completely different mindset. You know what I mean? From a Superman's man, I gotta go save the world.
Well, but see, I get. I don't like him being overpowered, but I get the premise of why he does that. The basic premise of why Superman does that, because he's morality. He's a moral fiber. He goes around saving, because he said it. Writers have said it for him. It's been said several times that Superman is an American icon, and so he goes around saving the world as a part of just saying, I have all these powers. Look what I can do. I'm trying my hardest to do this. You should do the same thing with nothing. It's that's why they do that. That's why he's going around saving people from tsunamis, because he's I can do this, so that everybody can do something.
True that.
Now the coolest thing, though, the coolest thing was I think John Bryan did a storyline. It was called Generations, where they had Superman and Batman from their conception to now, but actually aging and stuff. So you had Batman being an old man. You had Superman going through his generations. And there's one where Superman and Lois Lane, they get together. They have 2 kids. One kid has the powers of Superman. The other kid was given the gold kryptonite as a baby and never developed powers. And so they had to go around faking it because they're like, how can we, like, they even have to fake it to the kid because they're just going, how can we have these superpowers when he's just like, I'm just a mere mortal. Now, it was a funny story, but I was also going, so you and your daughter are being jerks to your wife and your mom because she's just a mere mortal too. You know?
Right.
So it was just kind of funny.
Yeah. Before we get too deep into things, allow me to set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. I am here with my co-host, the comic connoisseur, the mighty Ozzy Killmonger. Oz, what's going on?
What is up, good people?
As you can tell, Oz is in full rant mode. I don't know where that story came from about the kids.
I'll tell you where it came from. Go. Like I said, the writer is John Bryan, and it's from Batman, Superman, World's Finest, called Generations. It's a great read.
Okay.
It's a real great read.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Oh my goodness, I was about to blow that one. Follow us on Twitter at knee4marvel vs. DC. That's the number 4. You can email us at knee4marvel vs. DC at godefylife.com. You can also download our podcast anywhere you download your podcast: iTunes, Spreaker, Radio Public, Spotify, TuneIn Radio. Anywhere you listen to them, download us, rate, subscribe, leave 5 stars, tell us what you liked. And Oz also has a Twitter as well. Oz, tell them where to find you.
You can find me at The Real Oz.
No, it's Ozzy
please.
Real.
No, it's not. Come in, make my Twitter, trying to get my Twitter account up to like 12 by the year 2021. So take your time. Don't worry about it. But I'm here. I'm waiting for followers. So it's good.
I'm here.
Obviously you all should know I don't take, I do not take Twitter too seriously. Neither does Regular Scott, because our Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC has more wrestling on it than it actually has comic book DC and Marvel stuff. So,
oh man, I'm glad you brought up wrestling. Definitely check out the Pro Wrestling Showdown podcast with myself and JD as well. Cheap plug.
Yeah, or just going to our Twitter and read some Twitters. Either one will do.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
So last week we did a battleground. And we got some feedback on that battleground. I spoke a few weeks ago about this show called The Collision Crossover with Evan the Great and JVD, Villains Demand. And they put on a great show. Definitely check those guys out. I consider them professionals at the battleground. You know, they do their research. They know what they're talking about. One of the talking points that Oz and myself had a difference of opinions about was Black Canary and Daredevil squaring off, who we had in the battleground. Oz said that Black Canary would come out and let him have that beautiful scream of hers. I said that that's not Black Canary's style, you know? So let's hear what the experts had to say. What do you think they had to say, Oz?
Wait, are we going to hear, or are we going to hear you say what they say?
Yeah. Absolutely. Touche. You're going to hear me read what they tweeted.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they had to say, but I would imagine by your enthusiasm that they had to say something that was pretty positive in your favor. To which I will have a rebuttal as usual for both of them and you. So why don't you go ahead and let our listeners hear what they had to say through you.
No problem. I'll keep it very short and sweet. They just said, I'm going to have to agree with Scott. She's not just going to hit him with the cry right out the gate. That's it. Just a basic statement.
Yeah, but that is not Black Canary style. So here's the thing. we need to figure out what the scenario is, where they're going to be fighting, and what is up.
Well, we know where they're fighting. We established that last week.
Right, but they're both seasoned fighters, man. Now, granted, I love the fact that Daredevil has, which no one brought up, by the way, his radar sense.
You did bring that up.
But Black Canary, dude, if she knows what's going on, she's going to use her abilities to her best.
But we both said that neither of them knew about the other person. Like, we did establish that.
I know, but then the more I think about it, I would also go like, hey man, she also has Oracle on her side. So it's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole, man. It's a rabbit hole.
It's not a rabbit hole. Let's get to the news. Let's talk about.
We can, but let's get back on that.
Okay.
You're excited because you had
I'm not
two
excited.
people.
I'm moving on.
Dude, you're excited because you had two people.
But I'm moving on. You're the one who's talking about it.
Oh yeah, because I clarify points. Man.
Okay, all right. I didn't even harp on it. I just said the statement and moved on.
Oh man, I will beat a live or dead horse. So don't worry. Trust me.
You'll beat it to death even if it's already dead.
Dude, I will beat a dead horse to life and a live horse to death. That is what I will do. Okay?
So completely actually I'll save it for the final blow. Never mind. I changed my mind. So that was random. I was gonna make a statement, but I think I'm gonna save it for my final blow.
Very random.
Yeah. Had a little bit too much of the bubbly. Let's move on to the news segment. Cocaine. Shout out to Achilles. Shazam and Aquaman. And this is pretty much was guaranteed, but now it's been officially confirmed that they will be both getting sequels.
Good.
So the rumor is that Shazam and Black Adam will be meeting in Shazam 3. What do you think? What are your kind of early predictions for where they could go with Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2?
I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous. Here, I'll give two scenarios for both of those.
See, I didn't ask for all that. Well, we don't have enough show for two scenarios for both.
Well, we do. Yeah, we do, man. Don't chill out, man. You're always trying to play me, man. Hey, hold on. Hey, ease up, Social. Ease up. Yeah, ease up. Here, two quick scenarios for you. Okay.
Now you lying.
So Shazam. If they're trying to go trending with the Joker and make this more grittier, since they made them both very family-oriented, I'll go with the grittier side for both of them. Shazam's grittier side is he actually gets Dr. Mind, goes and gets a little bit of mind control on that guy. Like does some weird, like the worm in the nose, mind controls him, does some bad stuff. I will tell you that we will see Mr. Mind as the villain for the next one, which will be good. We'll see, now Aquaman. What do we do for Aquaman? Right? We got Black Manta. He's already been taken care of. What do we do for this guy? Do we bring back Ocean Master? I don't know. Or do we chop off this dude's arm? A hand. You know.
Are you asking me? Or are you just like?
No, but it's just totally like rhetorical. You know,
okay.
just
I didn't know.
Yeah, so like I'm just saying, do we chop off his arm? His hand. There's a lot of good possibilities. Or do we bring a guest superhero in for this guy?
So I'm of the Shazam thing. I think I'm kind of with you. I think we'll see a little bit more family fighting. You know, now that all the family has realized they can be superheroes, I think we'll see some conflict with that. I think that'll be kind of the theme again, is the family and, you know, figuring out who you are. And I think the characters will grow up. I think that'll be the theme again. Aquaman, I think, could go a couple different ways. I agree. I like what you're saying about, you know, do we chop off his hand? And I do think we get something like that. Or if we do take the grittier route, which they might, Black Manta is not out the picture. I think we might end up getting him maybe returning the favor and killing Aquaman's son.
Oh, I know. That's what we could totally get it to go really, really dark in him.
If they want to take that route, which is a pretty, I mean, once you go down that, I'll use the term rabbit hole again. I kind of want to see it all the way through.
Yeah, or maybe they try and like not make it so terrible like that, and they actually go and do where Black Manta kills his mom
or his father
or his dad.
Yeah, I could see his dad. I could definitely see his dad.
Well, trust me, I can very much see his dad and him saying, "Since you killed mine, this is the pain." You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I could 100%, or maybe both of them. Because that would send a stronger message, the mom and the dad.
Well, I was thinking when you said both of them, I was thinking that they have this epic fight, and Black Manta kills the Aquaman's dad, and still takes his hand, and Aquaman has to learn how to use that weird water formed hand or some other stuff.
Do that. I would rather just give him the like the little spear hand.
Or the trident hand.
Yeah, the trident. I hope they don't get. I don't want to do the water hand.
Yeah, I'm just throwing things out there for you.
I don't have enough faith that they'll do it well.
Yeah, so we could literally, if they went gritty, they'd kill the father, and he had a trident hand. If they went gritty.
But see, the thing is, then you got to give Mom a fight scene because Mom can fight. So you gotta let her. You gotta let her get down. Man. Yeah, you gotta let her get a scene in.
Yeah. Or if they would still want to try and make it nice and still PG-13, family oriented, save Black Manta for another one. But good Lord, what other villains does Aquaman? That's another reason why people don't like Aquaman. What other villains does this dude have besides Black Manta?
Ocean Master, but he's already been captive.
It's your worst villains are like someone who arguably you could be like, you're being racist for hating this dude, and the other guy is your brother. That's terrible, dude. They're like, yeah, man. Like everybody else has a rogue gallery. You know,
he got two.
Dude, you should be able to legit say you're a full-time superhero if you have more than 5 villains on your, you know,
5 villains, like 5 like top-notch villains.
Dude, go down the list, dude. Think about it.
Okay, let's think about it. Okay, Batman's definitely got 5. Superman.
Hey, by the way, Regular Scott, when you think about it, you're gonna be like, it's gonna reevaluate who gets the real superhero status or not. Okay. But go for it.
No. I am all for this conversation. Let's talk about it. So let's do Batman first. Joker.
Yeah.
Joker.
Yep.
You could. I consider Raz a big villain.
Dude, but Joker's easy. I mean, Batman's easy. Dude. We can.
Okay, so we don't have to do Batman. Easy. So Superman, we don't have to do.
Let's do Batman. Let's just make it official. Okay. Ready? Ra's al Ghul.
Joker, Raz. You can go Bane, Riddler, Mr. Freeze, who's so underrated. You could go Talia al Ghul.
Dude, Poison Ivy. Clayface.
Come on, keep going. Who else we got?
Poison Ivy, Clayface.
Court of Owls. Kite Man. You got.
Stop it. I'm giving you the list of. You got Catman, Kite Man. You got dude, he's got Deathshot.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Deathstroke. You could throw Deathstroke in there too. Deathstroke,
dude. This dude has a ton of enemies.
All right, let's keep going. Let's go to here you go. Let's go to Iron Man.
You want to do DC? You want to do DC and Marvel? I love it.
Or do you just want to? I mean, do you want to stick in just DC?
No. Let's do. We are taking a knee for Marvel versus DC. So let's do both.
All right, let's go to Iron Man. Who are 5 big villains that he has?
Okay, so there's Justin Hammer,
the Mandarin.
Justin Hammer, the Mandarin. There's Obsidian, Stain or whatever his name is. You got also, dude, come on, bro. Blizzard. You got Whiplash.
Blizzard. Are we putting him as a big time villain?
Well, but he's went toe to toe with Iron Man before.
Okay. All right,
you got Whiplash.
Okay, we're pushing it a little bit.
We're not pushing, dude. These are guys like Whiplash with his adamantium whips have destroyed his armor.
No,
before. I'm talking about people that beat up his shit.
Whiplash is fine. I don't know if I can give you Blizzard.
I'm just going by people who had tech from him, either him or Hammer, that went to him and like went toe to toe.
Okay.
Let's do some more. From Iron Man, there's also
5 is a lot.
no 5's not because Iron Man easily has a ton of people. Like Titanium Man. He's fought before.
But you said big villains. Like, if we're just talking like villains, then yes, I agree. But 5 big villains is a lot,
dude. When you can say you've had like 5 reoccurring villains, I think you're top notch, dude. Because Superman easily has that too.
Yeah. Well, I agree with Superman.
Here's where the problem goes into. Now, the problem comes into when you go like, what about Wonder Woman? What about Green Lantern? What about Wonder Woman? You know,
well, see, Green Lantern, you could just do every color.
Yeah, you could.
You know what I mean?
But then there's like Sinestro is a big one for him.
Yeah.
You know, and then
I was about to say Starfire.
Yes, yeah, Star Sapphire, for sure.
But that's only. I mean, but that's like let's go back to the Wonder Woman because that's a good one. Like, so you could do Ares. You could do.
Ares to a bit. Well, actually, that's not true. Ares is a specific one. Ares. There's Cheetah.
Okay. Yes.
Gigantia.
You could do Maxwell Lord. I mean, she's got a very strong history with him.
Well, she killed him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she has a very iconic moment with him.
Yeah. So, you know. So
then Cyborg is definitely not a superhero then.
Dude, name one.
Well, no, I just, the Grid, that's like his counterpart, that's his Joker.
Yeah, dude.
The Grid.
So legit, dude. Maybe you can even get away and say like maybe 3 or 4 if you want to say.
I'm with that. I think
but
5 is a lot.
But that should be still a good test. To go, holy fuck, dude! Look at Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Check it out, dude.
No, I'm with it because you can name 5 for the Flash, you can name 5 for Spider-Man, you can name 5 for I can name 5 for Green Arrow, but I'm a Green Arrow fan.
Hey, name me 5 for Captain America.
For Cap?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got Red Skull.
Yep.
You got
Baron Zemo.
Oh yeah, Baron Zemo, Batroc, if you want to use him.
Oh yeah, you should because they fought several times.
Yeah, you got Batroc. You can go.
The Strikers.
What's the name of the U.S. agent?
Yeah, well, yeah, to a point, U.S. agent, but then Stryker, Baron von Stryker.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There's,
hey,
like I'm saying,
you could say Iron Man.
Yeah,
you could.
Yeah, I mean that's more philosophical, but yeah, think about it, dude. Hey, hit up Wolverine.
Well, obviously Sabretooth, Stryker, Lady Shiva.
Yeah.
Actually, Wolverine's pretty easy.
Yeah, so see, think about it, dude. So this for me, my usual Geiger counter in 5 was a little strong, but if you don't have 3+ supervillains, you're not that top tier, dude.
So I, as you're saying this, I'm thinking about my boy Dick Grayson, and I'm at like 4.
I'm at 0. Name one.
Deathstroke. Come on, he clearly has a rivalry with Deathstroke.
Oh well, wait. Here. Let me help you out here. I know you're going to take offense to this, but not with your buddies. Use Solo.
But
he ain't got no. There's nothing that's ever happened to Dick with Deathstroke that has not involved the Titans or other people. Deathstroke has never went with that cat one-on-one like, hey, I'm going to fuck you up.
Well, he doesn't do that to anybody.
Oh, he's done it to Batman.
Well, that's okay. Come on, dude. Who? All right.
I know. I didn't mean to say that out loud because we're treading into sensitive territories when we're talking about Dick.
All right. So you could go KGB since he shot him.
Dude, he did that to hurt Batman. Now, I'm surprised you didn't just say blockbuster.
Well, I was going to, but that's an obvious one. I was trying to name some other ones. Like I would say Midnighter because he had a little spat against him. You could say Spiral.
Jesus.
You could say Spiral.
Jesus.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm just okay. Name some for Nighthawk.
For who?
Nighthawk. Isn't that your guy?
No. Nighthawk has never been my dude.
No, because
Nighthawk. Night Thrasher is a ripoff of Batman, and Nighthawk is a ripoff of Batman too.
Boy, that's who you wanted your character to be when we did our logos a while ago.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it was Night Thrasher.
Exactly.
Hey, it was Night Thrasher because Night Thrasher is pretty funny.
Oh,
but
okay.
let me help you out. He ain't no major dude. I'll tell you that. You just need. I hope in 2020 you'll come to the realization that Dick Grayson ain't up there on the A team. So.
Oh no, he's 100% on the A team.
Yeah, maybe on some B.A. Baracus or Hannibal or Faceman, but he ain't on the A team of superheroes though.
Hey, look, and then you can go Deathwing for sure.
Deathwing.
Well, you don't read the Nightwing comics.
Yeah, I don't. Is that sort of like Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck goes pretty hard though. Like you tried to make a joke, but you picked the wrong character to use because
Darkwing Duck has more arch enemies than Nightwing
so
does.
how do you you pick a character who's actually really good? So I appreciate you choosing Darkwing Duck. So yes, he's very much like a Darkwing Duck, very formidable. Can hold his own. So yeah, exactly.
Right. But once again, Darkwing Duck has more arch enemies than Nightwing does.
Darkwing Duck has more arch enemies than most of comic book characters.
Nightwing is like, hey Batman, will you get a second? Can you give me some of your villains?
Why would he ask for villains?
Because he is so desperate to have someone pay attention to him, dude. And Batman's just like, Dick, dude, can't you just go out and get your own villains, man? Why you always got to be leeching off me?
But what superhero would ask for villains?
Dick Grayson.
Demented world are you living in where you as a hero is like, oh, I want to find some villains who can terrorize and kill people in my city? Who does that?
Get my point across. Dick Grayson would do that. He is the one hero who would be like, damn, I ain't got no superheroes. Give me someone, please.
Right.
Kite Man.
Dick Grayson, the one hero who doesn't kill, would be the one that's like, yeah, I need villains to kill people.
Pardon me.
Not like a Jason Todd who likes mayhem.
Kite Man, please be my arch nemesis. And Kite Man's like, hey, dude, maybe I don't know, man. Squirrel Girl kind of wanted me to have a thing with her, but hold on. Can I pencil you in on Thursday?
From Marvel?
Yeah, can I pencil you in on Thursday?
Why would Squirrel Girl be working with Kite Man? Why would their crossover even happen?
Because Kite Man
You're reaching.
No, I'm not. He's so desperate to be like, dude, Dick, any reason to not be your arch enemy, I'll go over to Marvel.
But why would he pick Squirrel Girl, somebody who's beaten the strongest of Marvel characters?
Oh, yeah.
Just using your logic. Why would you pick somebody who's beaten the strongest Marvel characters?
Yes. But, again, using your logic, God, Nightwing is so amazing. He can beat anyone.
But
that dude,
I don't understand what that has to do with Kite Man picking Squirrel Girl.
I know, man.
But,
okay,
all right, so
let's move on. Let's move on from the B-listers.
Let's move on. Well, we still have you on the show, so we haven't quite moved on from the B-listers. Time to move on to the Wonder Woman trailer. No, you're not quite C-lister. We haven't given
but we should finish up, dude. We should finish up because give it to him. Think of it like Doctor Strange, anyone. And that's a good thing for our listeners to think of some other ones, but like that's a true gauge of how you can figure out who the top notch ones are.
Wonder Woman trailer. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Did you not hear what I just said? Would you agree with what I just said?
I just wanted you to say it again.
I'm not going to, but would you agree with what I just said though?
About Wonder Woman or about superheroes?
About superheroes.
No, I think 5 is a lot.
No, I said 3.
Oh, 3 is probably good.
Yeah, I literally just said 3 like about 15 seconds ago. But that's fine.
I wasn't listening.
I know, it's okay.
Jar Jar Binks is going to be, or the actor who plays him, is going to be getting a Star Wars show on the Disney Plus app.
Jar Jar Binks or the actor who plays him will be in this show?
The actor who plays him is what I just said.
What's going to be his? What's the show about?
I forgot. I heard it on the radio. It was about Jar Jar Binks, so I didn't follow up on it. But I know he's getting a show on Disney Plus.
Wait, hold on. You're confusing me. Hold on. I'm sorry. Did you just say Jar Jar Binks is getting a show on Disney Plus, or the actor who plays Jar Jar Binks is getting a show on Disney Plus? I'm confused.
I said Jar Jar, but I initially said the actor because the actor is going to be getting a show who played Jar Jar because his name is Ahmad something, and I don't know his name.
Yeah,
I keep wanting to say Ahmad Johnson, but that's an old wrestler.
Yeah, right. All right. So, or Orlando Johnson is an actor. So,
Orlando Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
So wait, I went to school with Orlando Johnson. Jar Jar Binks is getting a show on Disney Plus, is what you meant to say.
No, I meant to say Ahmad is getting a show on Disney Plus.
But you don't know what that show is, or if
I think it's
Star
about
Wars.
It's like Star Wars toys or like something Star Wars. It's something about Star Wars.
Well, okay. Well, that was confusing. But now that we cleared that up, I think that's nice to give that cat a medium because he's had a rough one.
I'm sure that dude has been handsomely compensated.
Yeah, but reading some of his stories and it's interesting to me to read his story because and just the nature of like fandom and just like how people want to own things that they didn't do. Like people feel so owned by these characters that they were able to threaten this guy. It's pretty interesting, man. It's pretty sad too.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the Wonder Woman trailer?
I have not watched all of it. I saw her on some lightning. Then I was just like, okay, what is going on here? But what are your thoughts on it?
I think it looks good. I'm really happy Steve Trevor's back. He was probably my favorite part of the first Wonder Woman movie.
I wonder how they're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to bring him back. I appreciate in every movie Wonder Woman has been in, there has been slow-mo bullet repelling. I appreciate that they continue that trend in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be kind of her thing, and I like that. She does a good job. The golden armor at the end is a sight to see. Very nicely done. I think it looks good. The lightning ride is awesome.
What do you think the villain? Who do you think the villain's going to be?
Well, Maxwell Lord is definitely in it, and Cheetah has been confirmed to be in the movie as well as the villain. And you see Kirsten Wiig's character. I don't know her name offhand, but you see her character kind of speaking with Gale or with Diana, and she's going to be Cheetah. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how they do Cheetah. I'm curious to see how that transformation goes, and if she's even going to be the villain in this movie, or if we just get the transformation in this movie.
Yeah, because I kind of hate when they do. I hate when any superhero movie puts two villains in against a guy. I'm like, just let these guys go one-on-one and have a real good knock 'em, sock 'em.
So part of me thinks that Maxwell Lord is going to kill Steve Trevor and she's going to snap his neck. She's just going to be getting him back. They're going to be doing good, or they're going to do their thing. She's going to be, happy to have him, and then Maxwell Lord is going to kill him. That's going to make her go crazy and snap his neck. You're going to get that iconic moment from the comics.
We'll see. Because, I am thinking that's not going to happen. But I kind of think that we get Steve Trevor in the old way that we got Steve Trevor in the TV show.
Well, I only say that's going to happen like that because I think that could explain why she gave up the superhero life leading into Batman vs. Superman.
Well, but see, they kind of gave a weird history about that in Batman vs Superman before the movie came out. They had said that she had stopped doing the Age of Superhero once that she finished that mission with those guys in World War One.
I thought it was once Steve Trevor died.
Well,
and since we assumed it was during that time period because that's when the plane crashed, maybe his death is actually in 1984.
I don't know because if you go back and you see it, she's like saying the Age of Heroes, and that's all directed towards World War One when she has a picture with those guys too, as a little like spoiler alert and stuff.
If they haven't seen Batman vs Superman at this point.
Well, and I didn't even mean spoiler. So I mean, as a little Easter egg.
Oh, okay.
So, well, but like what they did in the TV show was like the first year was Wonder Woman World War II with Steve Trevor, and then the next year, the second season was Wonder Woman Current, which is in the 70s, with the son of Steve Trevor, who's named Steve Trevor, who looks just like Steve Trevor.
Well, here's why I don't think they're going to do that, because when they like some of the clips in the trailer is her saying like there's so much art around you, and then he goes and walks up to a trash can and is looking at it like it's art, and she's like, no, that's just a trash can. So I think it's the actual Steve Trevor.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, scenario number 2. She goes to Hades or whatever and gets his soul back or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Really?
You think that's what we're doing?
Dude, well, she's done it before.
You think that you're going to do that in the movies though?
I don't know. You just never know, man. Like in that whole weird Last Night on Earth comic, she's like when more than half the Earth's population is decimated, she and a group of survivors are like, we're going to hang out in Hades. And it's like, what? Wait, what? So, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they bring him back, man. It's going to be interesting. I will say that.
Yeah, no,
because apparently he's got amnesia, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that part. Well, I don't know because he knows who Diana is, so I don't know how much amnesia he can have. Because in the trailer, like you see, so I apologize, everyone. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
sorry about that. If you haven't seen the trailer, but you should have seen the trailer, so you don't get another one.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it. You just ruined the movie for me, dude.
Oh, right. Well, if I ruined the movie for you, sorry.
My God, man. Yeah, I apologize to everybody. Regular Scott, what's going on, man?
It happens. Yeah, so it looks good. I'm curious. I hope. I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how they present Maxwell Lord and if they keep him around, and if they're going to continue going to a different decade with every movie.
Yeah, what is it? Well, I mean, they skipped a couple of decades with between number 2 and number 1.
So maybe they'll go to 2004 the next one.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only way they can do this properly is to go to. Oh, whoa! Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me get this right here. Dun. Yeah, what is that? 2020, 24?
What?
Yeah, the next movie has to be 2024. Wonder Woman 2024.
Well, that probably lines up about right.
Wow,
with a trilogy,
that'd be very deep.
If you know what, Oz, that's the Uncle Oz gives away $1 million type thing, because that would line up really well.
Well, yeah, and once again, people are not giving me any money because I got all these great ideas. But yeah, dude, that's crazy, right?
Well, maybe if you would use your Twitter and be active with the people, they might listen to you.
Hey, thank you for letting me get up to number 7 to all my people.
Maybe one of the 7 will tell them for you.
One of the 7. If any of the 7 want to take over my Twitter account and actually boost me up to maybe 30.
So now, while we're talking about the 7, are these the 7 from The Boys?
No.
I was just curious.
No. If I can get any black mass folks, I would have at least 357 before the week's out, dude. So I'm calling all my black mass people. Add me on your Twitter. That way I can get my numbers up to 1,043.
But if you bring Achilles, make sure you have a drug test.
No, dude, man. See now, if I bring Achilles now.
Everyone, we were on Black Mass a few weeks ago. Check that episode out. We had a good time.
Oh, it was fun. That was good, right?
It was okay. So let's go to
what?
No, I'm just playing. Shout out to Black Mass.
Yeah, hey, so like, you got to help me out here.
Okay.
What do you think she's doing riding on that lightning, dude?
You know, so let me ask you this as the comic connoisseur. I was about to go to the break, but I'm kind of glad you brought that up. Can her lasso do that in the comics?
Well, her lasso's indestructible.
So it could physically grab onto lightning and swing from it.
Yeah. I don't know if it would electrocute her too, but her lasso. I guess.
Look, if she's anything like Donna Troy, it might kill her.
Dude, that bummed me out, man.
Spoiler alert for that, but that's how you know how lightning goes.
Are we gonna ever talk about that? Because I got problems, dude.
We did talk about it.
Well, did I mention my disgust and this and how spoiler alert? Where was Superboy?
Yeah, you did. You had a nice tirade, which was well deserved for it.
Oh, I'm so pissed about that. All right, anyway,
because Superboy could have took that electricity.
Dude, they both could have, man.
No, she should have 100% been able to take that.
Yo, Superboy was like, yeah, fuck that.
Superboy was like, look, I don't know y'all that well. I don't know who that girl was trying to save them people.
Hey, yo, and can I ask a crazy question here?
Go ahead.
What is the rating for Wonder Woman?
Like the first one or the second one?
Oh, it's going to probably be PG-13, probably, right?
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
You can get away with a neck snap on PG-13.
Yeah, man, dude, the Joker kind of set things right, just saying
you
don't need a lot of...
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, just kind of set things right. Like, you don't need a lot of explosions and anything. You can just do this, you know?
Yeah, but see, I think what made the Joker... I don't want that to be the new norm, because I think that's what kind of made it stand out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you, but I'm always like a big fan of saying less is more,
I agree. No, I agree, and maybe we will get that with this movie. It does seem like it's going to be pretty heavy on the action, which a Wonder Woman movie should have some strong action set pieces, and they are going to need to come with something really big after No Man's Land was a big hit from the first movie. So,
hey, well, now let me ask you another question. So this woman, man, can you imagine being a mortal like Steve Trevor and leaving a lasting impression on a goddess? Like, she's got all this memorabilia about this dude everywhere. I'm like, damn.
She got like
obsessed.
Yeah, she. Well, he's probably like at this point. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I can break her heart.
Yeah.
I can't leave her.
Yeah, I'm like, man, yo, a little obsessive, like my super ex-girlfriend kind of style, you know?
Yeah, that guy's probably like, man, what did I like? Now he's fighting. He done fought a god.
Well, he's like, yo, man, we didn't even have sex yet, man, dude. You all tripping like that.
I wonder what that's like.
Sex with Wonder Woman?
Yeah, sex with an Amazonian.
Probably painful.
Yeah, I bet because she's probably got to be so gentle with him.
Yeah, it's just like I don't see how that is like.
So that that makes you wonder, like, how does Superman have sex with Lois Lane?
They don't. The weirdest thing that people have never ever said is just like they don't have sex.
No, they have to. They had a kid.
Yeah, that's some crazy weirdo stuff for me. Yeah, I never really appreciated like them two having it. Now what? Now see what? Now hold on.
Okay,
we're seeing some stuff here that we need to see because like they're back on Themyscira, right?
Themyscira.
Yeah, they're back there. And yeah, I got questions.
So that's pretty much why. Like, so this is completely random. I know we need to go to a break. So that's why I appreciated the scene in Jessica Jones with her and Luke Cage when they were having sex, and they were both like, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's okay. It's okay."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like they can handle it, dude.
Right,
They're like,
right.
and part of their whole thing was just like, truthfully, part of them were just like, oh my god, that finally someone I can go ape shit on, and not worry about hurting each other.
That's probably why Wonder Woman and Superman like get so passionate with each other, because they're like, yo, we can just go wild. We don't have to hold back.
But truthfully, that's totally true.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm being serious. Like, they're probably like, I don't have to hold back at all.
Well, you can see too that even from the animated stuff, like when you like the Death of Superman, when you actually see Lois evolve into the relationship with Superman, but like, yeah, Wonder Woman's like, hey, it was just strictly physical.
It was like that from Justice League War, the very first one where they rebooted and they first met. Oh
yeah, but their relationship kept evolving. But then in the Death of Superman, when Superman's like actually dating Lois, Wonder Woman talks to Lois, and they're just like, but you can see like Superman's like, man, Lois Lane is like her. She's amazing. I fell in love with her mind, but like he's like, oh yeah, but I got to be cool. Right. Like, dude, I'm sorry, I got to just say it, and I got to be a jerk about it. There's no fucking scenario where this dude can have a kid with her. If he is faster than a speeding bullet, if that dude does his business, it's like a fucking bullet.
I'm sure he can contain it though. Like, I'm sure he's got it trained, right?
Dude,
he is 100% killed some girl having sex with her when he was younger and just threw the body away.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you like this. Lana's like Lana has a NDA, and like it's like, hey man, we said there's a lawsuit.
Hey, look, she's the cleaner. She's his cleaner. When he breaks somebody when he was younger, she was the one who got rid of the body. That's why they're so close.
Dude, man, I hate to be the person talking to him about when Martha and Jonathan had to talk to him about the birds and bees. He's like, when two people love each other, they don't kill each other with their super sperm. Yeah, dude, please.
No, he probably just didn't realize that he can't just go hard like he wants to.
Dude,
hey, you know what? I'm done talking about Superman having sex.
Are you really serious? Are you really serious? Okay, we can change it, but let me. I want to just break it down one time. Just to be totally honest and for real, as any adolescent kid will know, male, when you were figuring things out and doing whatever, that dude got a hold of a Playboy magazine, and he was like, I don't know. All I got to say is Jonathan and Martha was like, hey, Clark, how is there a hole in the side of the barn? Yeah, I don't know. Dude, give me a break.
It's not a big hole though. He's shooting.
They're like, why is there a bullet-sized hole in the side of the barn? And it went to the neighbor's barn too. He's like, I don't know. And that's when you learn I should probably not have sex with your buddy, dude.
Whatever. All right, it's enough of Uncle Oz and the birds and the bees.
And I just like that has always fascinated me because even Bruce Wayne had a little thing with Wonder Woman.
But now here's the thing. I could see Batman having sex with Wonder Woman.
Oh, Batman probably knows some Kama Sutra or some craziness, dude. That dude, hey, what we all know, but what we all don't want to say is, in his journeys to learn all the fighting techniques, he learned some other techniques too, dude.
Hey, I bet you he's probably got a few chicks that are sprung out on him.
Wait, Scott, regular Scott. Let's just use logic. There's a reason why Talia is always coming after that dude and like being like, I don't care who my daddy is, I'm still coming for you, dude. There's a reason why a cat burglar is like, I risk my career for this dude. Yeah, please give me a break.
There's a reason why a demigod is like, yo, I'm with it,
dude, man. Hey, Wonder Woman gave me her golden lasso, and I just put it on her, And I said, tell me the truth about Bruce Wayne. And she's like, yeah, that dude is awesome. Yeah, I was like, God, Jesus, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, that dude, that guy so I learned Kung Fu, karate, Wing Chun, and all 400 ways how to become Sutra too, by the way. Yeah, come on, man, please. Give me a break.
Little do we know, Black Canary then be like, Ace and Wonder Woman, who was better, Superman or Bruce?
Shoot, and one of them was like, Bruce.
Bruce.
Well, and can we? Okay, we got to stop talking. But to be honest, though, she would probably say Bruce because Superman's like, I don't know how to have sex, and Bruce Wayne is like, Yo, man, you know the monks taught me a bunch of things, right?
No, she probably would say Superman because she knows he can hear her, but she's got a look on her face like.
Dude, she's looking like, oh yeah, Bruce Wayne, but she has to say Superman because Superman's like, I heard you,
right.
You know, right. Oh please, dude.
All right, we're gonna go to a break. I promise. This is the last time we'll talk about superheroes having sex.
Lois Lane is like, it's okay, Clark. You're stressed. You must have had a hard day fighting crime. I know you're stressed out.
Hey, Oz, that's why Lois was like, yeah, I'll get with Bruce. I'll go out with you, Bruce.
Dude, man, see, yeah, there's many reasons why Superman's jealous of Bruce Wayne,
but it still doesn't explain why Bruce Wayne would go and have sex with Barbara Gordon. Let's go to break on that. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast with Lynn and Kim. Join us as we discuss the latest in everything from entertainment and current events to the craziness that is our real life.
Let's laugh, let's live, let's talk about it. New episode every Tuesday on the Defy Life Podcast Network. And remember, if you're not defying life, then what are you doing? Lynn and Kim.
All right, and we are back. Definitely make sure you are checking out the Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast. The reigning and defending Battleground champions, and it looks like they will take their crown into 2020.
But I'm ready for the battle, though.
Yeah.
You know, what you doing on a Sunday?
Hopefully it's on Sunday.
What?
Actually, there will be a Battleground coming up in 2020. We'll be working on that. So, Oz, get yourself ready. You know, go over your Black history, learn about David Zimbabwe. Because I'm gonna go ahead and give a spoiler. David Zimbabwe will be an answer to a question on the Battleground.
Nubia.
I might bring Nubia back.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I might make every answer the same answer from the first Battleground, just a different question about each character.
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh God, we're in trouble.
Yeah. So a game we haven't played in a little bit. I got a one's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
4 TV shows. One has never been created.
And it's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
Okay.
The Boys.
Jesus.
Watchmen. Titans. The Mandalorian.
What? What? Okay.
He said Jesus.
Yeah, dude. Cause that's kind of that's a little crazy.
Jesus.
It's gone forever. Wait, so what does that mean? That just the TV show's gone forever, or the comic book's gone forever too? Or the premise behind it is gone forever, or just the show?
Well, I guess because it seems like if I say the show, it'll make it easier for you. So let's make it harder for you. Just the entire concept, the idea.
The Mandalorian. That way, Star Wars has never existed.
Well, no, that doesn't mean Star Wars isn't existed. That just means the Mandalorian character isn't. Since this is actually a separate story from the Star Wars canon.
Oh well, that's a bummer, dude. Okay, well, since I know it's that, I'll change my mind about some stuff then. That changes everything.
Yeah, Star Wars is still going to be around if there's no Mandalorian.
All right. Let me revamp my answer then.
Because The Mandalorian's a really good show.
The Mandalorian is a really good show, actually. Titans, man.
So, like, even if the comic was never created, you would be okay with that?
No, yeah, you know, actually, that's a good one because The Boys was cool to me for lots of reasons. This for the spin on stuff. Mandalorian is a good show that I like. Titans is a good show that I liked up until the end of last season.
Disappointing finales is the name of that show. It should be.
Well, dude, they always do it. But look, man, look at Game of Thrones, okay? And then, so you said The Mandalorian, The Boys, Titans, or
Watchmen.
Nah, it's not Watchmen. Watchmen has been crazy. All right, so
for me, it's The Mandalorian.
Really?
Yeah, I can't get rid of Titans.
Because you finally got Dick being portrayed in a awesome way.
Well, in the comics, he's portrayed pretty well in the Titans universe, as far as leading the Titans and whatnot. Like he's a good leader. Like that's where he really forms and becomes Nightwing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
it's a very integral part of his story.
Why are you keeping The Boys?
I absolutely loved the first season. I don't know anything about the comic, but that first season was awesome. And I can't wait for season 2.
Well, the only reason I want to keep The Boys is because I'm like, what are they going to do for season 2? Jesus.
Well, the trailer came out. Have you seen the trailer for season 2?
No.
We'll talk about it next week. It's very graphic. You should watch it. We'll talk about it.
I'm with it.
Watchmen, obvious reasons why you can't take Watchmen off. So
Watchmen is great. Have you watched it?
No.
See, even you know how awesome it is. You haven't even watched the show. Well, that's really nice. That's good.
Well, no, because I'm just gonna binge about 4 or 5. And to be honest, I will admit I've been playing a lot of my player on NBA 2K.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm just gonna be honest. I've been falling behind a lot on my TV shows. Like I got some Flashes I need to catch up with. I got the Harley Quinn show I need to catch up with,
which is great too. By the way, very campy, very fun.
I've heard that, and I'm one episode behind on The Mandalorian. I gotta stop playing my player, but I'm almost done with my first NBA season. So once I finish that, I'll probably get back into my TV shows.
Well, I actually feel really good because I am caught up on the Watchmen, except for that one episode. Watched Supergirl tonight. Binged The Mandalorian this morning. Caught up. Yeah.
I know it's a rarity. You're ahead of me.
I'm excited about this. And actually, if I can watch these 2 shows tonight, I will be way ahead of you. This is exciting.
All right, so
wait, hold on. So I will agree with you, The Mandalorian, but I do like that show, though.
No, it's a really good show. But if I have to choose between those 4, that one has to go because that one has the least consequence on everything else.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay, now let's just talk about strictly the TV show, Oz. Just to piggyback, which one would you pick? Just strictly on the TV show.
What TV show? I guess The Mandalorian again, dude. Fine.
Really? But you wouldn't pick Titans?
No, because I still like Titans.
Okay.
You know, I'm looking forward to season 3 to seeing what's up with Blackfire. So it's cool.
Okay. All right. Let's get to our main topic, which is Superman, the impact of a potential black Superman, and just the Micheal B Jordan craze and what potential role he could be playing if it's not Superman with WB.
Yeah,
it's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah, well, it is because I'm just going, man. It'll be weird if he plays Calvin, but I could see him playing the Earth 2 Superman, where they do and it's fine. People don't have to lose their mind, but where they do a scenario where Superman is killed, but there is actually this other Superman. So that would actually be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool
because it would still be it would still be very different. It would still be an origin story though.
Yeah, and you would kind of establish superheroes exist. They know who they are. And, you would establish – I think he would be established more kind of taking the reins of a Superman who died, because he would have to overcome whatever killed the Superman more than likely.
Right. He have to get used to wearing the suit, the responsibilities of everything.
So just strictly on the Superman subject, me personally, I don't think we need a reboot of Superman. I know some people might not disagree with me on this, but I like the story that we were telling in Man of Steel. Like, I don't know if you can go back and kind of just make a sequel to that without the events of Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. But I think that's a good way to go about the sequel, is from there. Like, I like him having to deal with the aftermath of him snapping Zod's neck, and just that being in the back of his mind as he's growing as a hero, and kind of maybe retconning the events of Batman vs. Superman and Justice League and all that stuff.
No, yeah. I think there's a lot of fallout that he has to deal with too, But
right,
I can see that, and actually seeing him eventually get his Fortress of Solitude and everything.
Yeah, exactly. All that, and I think, while we're doing that, you can kind of introduce other characters. Like I think you can send him into space if you wanted to. Like, you can do different things with him. I know they're not going to, but that's just kind of. I really enjoyed Man of Steel. Like, I know it's a very polarizing movie. It kind of splits people down the middle. You loved it or you hated it. I'm in the loved it category. Like, the visuals are great. I think the story. I really enjoy the struggle that he has internally of kind of going from kind of, wanting to just fit in to wanting to, like, show who he really is to, just following his father's wishes and I enjoy the story and the growth that he shows in that movie.
No, it is good, but yeah, I feel like what they never do is they need to take Superman like into space.
Yeah. No, I agree.
They keep this super powerful person stuck on Earth when all they got to do is like take them to another galaxy and show other. It would be a great opportunity to show other alien races, to show how he handles people that are like almost as powerful as he is, or even a little bit more powerful. There's so much potential there.
Now let me ask you this: what would the ramifications be if Micheal B Jordan is cast as Clark Kent?
A lot of people will boycott the movie, boycott comic books. Basement boys will lose their mind.
I'm not a basement boy, but I would lose my mind.
And the race war will happen. So
I think that's a bit much. But I hear what you're saying. I think the race war happening is a bit much.
There will be some craziness. Some crazy politician will use that as a sounding board of why America is not great anymore.
Well, I would definitely I would be upset about it. Me personally, like I just, how I am about this stuff. Like I don't agree with it. I don't think you need to do that when it fundamentally changes a character and just everything about the character and everything, like all the characters interacting with him. Like him becoming black changes everything about his story.
Well, yeah, so unless you do some mirror universe,
that's the only way.
Yeah, but then again, it's just like, why are you doing it? Like, if they want to talk about him doing it, like I said, make him be these people. But God, dude, yeah, it's so stupid. I'm still waiting for Batman to be black. So
it's coming. That's coming.
I know.
And we talk about it every time, but we ain't gonna get no white. We're not gonna get no. Alfred won't be there. He won't be taking orders from Batman.
Alfred is gonna be like he's gonna like protest and quit.
Oh, he's dead. I forgot. Spoiler alert.
Oh wait. So yeah, didn't someone? Yeah, spoiler. Someone shot him or killed him, right? Oh, that's right.
No, Bane snapped his neck.
Oh, and so he has to take his city back. That's right.
Well, Batman, he already did. They unmasked in front of each other and had this big final showdown and all this stuff.
Yeah. Snap Alfred's neck, dude.
Hey, man. They were not going to let a white butler serve the black man.
Yeah, like Alfred loses life. Bruce loses his mind. He has to take a little sabbatical. That's the reason why. That's the real reason why Batwoman is back in Gotham. So cool.
You must be talking about the Arrowverse now,
dude. It's so blurry. It all blurs. Just leave everybody alone.
So as far as while we're on the subject of Michael B. Jordan, let's take the Superman factor out of the equation. Superman is not on the table. What role would you offer Michael B. Jordan?
Wow. Eric Killmonger, for one.
For DC?
Okay, good. Because I feel like he'd make a really, really good character for Marvel.
You think he'd be a good Killmonger?
I think he'd be okay.
Yeah, he'd be okay. Killmonger.
I think Ozzy Killmonger would be a better Killmonger, but whatever. No, so for DC, for this guy, man, and dude, yeah, that's a good question, dude. I
mean, you can go with the obvious answer, which would probably be like a Jon Stewart.
Yeah, but see, the obvious answer to me is like a Bronze Tiger, or like
Do you think he could pull off a Bronze Tiger? I don't.
Oh
think
God, yeah.
Do you? I don't.
Oh
see
God,
it.
yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh, from what he did from oh man, I feel with because from Creed to Black Panther, yeah.
Let me tell you why, and you might not agree with me. Michael Jai White to me is a great Bronze Tiger, the guy who plays him in the Arrowverse. Like he's legit. I think Bronze Tiger he needs to feel legit. I think of Michael B. Jordan as more of a brawler than a nasty martial artist.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. If we're thinking of roles for this dude for DC, that speaks about how there's a big gap and lack of black male superheroes.
It does. It absolutely does. And that's part of the reason.
And black female superheroes, too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's part of the reason I brought this up, because I was just thinking, who could he be? There's Cyborg, but he's already been cast. There's Jon Stewart, but we both agree that's an obvious answer.
Yeah.
Another one I was thinking of, and this you would have to go about it a little differently and change some things. He would have to play a young Mr. Terrific.
Oh, see, yeah, that's actually smart, dude. I would like to see him. I could see him as a Mr. Terrific. That'd be cool.
Playing a young one. I've said this before. I think that's a character as well as a Natasha Irons. While we're on the black female characters, I think those are two characters who you could legit put in the forefront of DC, kind of in their respective fields. Like Natasha Irons can provide your black sci-fi elements. As far as, she's a genius, the technology and stuff like that. And Mr. Terrific can kind of be your more down, maybe a little bit more super spy, grittier type thing. But he's also a genius. Like he could be your black Batman without it being overtly over the top.
Right. I know. He's still an inventor, still fighting crime,
Right.
Yeah, I know, dude. I think a lot of times the executives take the easy way out.
Or they overthink things.
Overthinking is bad.
Yeah, overthinking is bad. And I think the Mr. Terrific thing is probably like, I think in their mind, they're like, they're not going to know who that is. But I think a name like Michael B. Jordan could kind of get people to want to know about Mr. Terrific and be more aware about him.
Absolutely, dude.
You know, that's the type of character you use a big name like Micheal B Jordan when you're promoting him and talking about him. And you know, he's got a comic series where he's got a team of, you know, Mr. Terrific.
And the Terrifics.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's a character you can do a lot with. Now, here's something I know I said Superman is out of the equation. What if he plays John Irons?
I don't know, man. I feel like that's a waste of his character. I was never a big fan of Steel.
No. I'm just wondering, like, what if that's the, like, you know, we're talking about all this potential controversy of him playing Superman. What if that's the Superman that he's playing?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Now, if he's doing that as a gateway to get us to Natasha, I'm all for it.
We'll see. I still feel that the executives are being lazy and going for the low-hanging fruit. Who's a popular actor? How can we bastardize a story to make people want to go, not knowing that people are legit going to go crazy, like Ridley Scott?
I will, like, and I'm not gonna go like crazy, but I'm definitely gonna let my voice be heard about it, because it's kind of what we were talking about with the example I use now is the Professor X and Magneto being black. Like, them being black in the 60s, 70s, 80s would never work in a comic book or real world standpoint, because they wouldn't tolerate any of that went on.
Yeah, and like Tanya would have to be Jean Grey.
You would have to change history.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You know what I mean? Like, you would literally have to change the history of the Earth if they were black characters.
No, totally. And again, you're just going, God, what are you guys doing? How do they meet? It's just so weird.
Right. Where did they meet? Did they meet on the field? You know, or did they meet in the tunnel? You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's like, I think what you said at the beginning when we first started talking about it. It's a big can of worm,
it's a slippery slope, dude.
Yeah, slippery slope. You know, and you got to. And once you get into it, it's almost like you have to keep going into it. It's like that lie. Once you tell a lie, you got to keep telling lies. You know, it's hard to keep track of a lie.
Oh God, Lex Luthor still is going to be white because he's a white supremacist. Oh, and he hates. I'm like, God. I'm like, stop it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Right. All right. So let me ask you this, and we'll kind of start getting ready to wrap up. What character? And I know I haven't gone over this with you, so I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Well, you always do, so go ahead.
Shocker.
What else is new? Dude, I'm shocking. It's a shocker.
I'm the Shock Master. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Showdown. Cheap plug.
Cheap.
Hey, do you know who the Shock Master is? Do you know who the Shock Master is? Just randomly.
No, I know, but I know who the Shocker is. So.
Well, the Shockmaster was this guy who debuted in WCW, and he, like, on live TV, he tripped on the stage and his helmet fell off, and it's one of the worst debuts in wrestling history.
Oh, wait, hold on, this is like real?
Yeah, this is real. Like, his name was the Shockmaster, and he was supposed to have like this big debut and be with like Sting, and he was going to be his tag partner. And like there's this, he's like supposed to burst through the wall, and he ends up like tripping when he comes through the wall, and then his helmet goes flying off, and he's trying to cover his face so nobody can see him. And this is all on live TV. It's one of the worst.
It wasn't planned. This is real.
No, this is real. Like this was a complete, as the wrestling world calls it, a botch. When you mess up, it was a legit mess up.
What happened? Wait, how did his mask come off?
He had like a stormtrooper helmet on. So when he fell through the wall, like the helmet popped off and rolled around, and you can hear, and I think it's like Booker T and Harlem Heat are there, and you can hear him going like, "Oh my God, look at this!" Like you can hear him like mumbling like, "Hey, look at this guy."
So wait, what? Whatever came with this dude, man.
So, like, you know, people after that, I don't think he ended up having a career because I don't even know if he had a match. Because if he did, I don't remember it. That pretty much ruined his career before it started.
That must be the Shockmaster was his name.
Hey, just look up the debut of the Shockmaster if you got a couple minutes on YouTube.
When we finish this, I will. Man, that sounds horrible. That sounds like one of those things that it's hard to like. You're like, hey, you're working at the grocery store. Weren't you the Shockmaster? And you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and look, and like the spot he was going to be in was like a big time spot and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, that was their fault for making that stupid character in the first place.
Okay. Anyway, I completely got off topic.
Well, that's all you need to do is next time someone says, "I got this great idea," I'm gonna have you debut, and you're gonna bust through a wall, and you're gonna wear a helmet. You should be like, "Nah, I don't think that's a good idea, dude."
Nah, I'm not gonna Shockmaster anybody tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna call you the Chakra. I was like, no, don't call me that, dude. That's not a good name. So,
what character? And I'm gonna stick specifically with the DC side because I think they kind of need help as far as introducing characters the most, in my opinion. What character would you introduce next in the DC universe that has not been introduced?
Like a new character?
Yeah, in the movies. Like not like a brand new character, like somebody from the comics that has not been.
Here's the thing. Why can't we just like help regular Scott out for once and say, "Good job, chap. You did a good idea." Make a movie called Mr. Terrific and the Terrifics. Let people figure out who this dude is. Introduce Metamorpho. Introduce the other cats with the Terrifics and have them go on adventures like Reed Richards does in the Negative Zone. And you're like, what the fuck? This isn't taking place in like the DC world or Earth. It's like, nope. It's like them doing adventures and stuff like that, and let that be a film.
You know what?
Matter of fact, go ahead.
No. Please finish.
Either make that into a film or make that into a badass, good writing TV series, and you'll win people.
So I didn't think about this until you just said it, but that would be a great way to counteract before they even get on the screen, if they were thinking about that, to counteract Marvel's Fantastic Four before they even get on the screen.
Oh, dude, they would bum rush those guys and be like, oh man, Fantastic Four, they're just a ripoff of Mr. Terrific. It'd be cool.
And see that those are the type of ideas that would keep them a step ahead. Because go ahead. No, please go ahead.
Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off. But they're diverse too, dude.
Right. And that's the type of thinking that they have to start doing to stay ahead. Like,
but unfortunately, dude,
you not only get that, but you get the black geniuses, the technology, and this can because Natasha Irons, I think is like her tech is probably. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a step ahead of where Mr. Terrific is.
Well, we'll see. For her, Mr. Terrific is like the fifth smartest person on the planet and stuff. Like he's a great inventor, but for her stuff is like almost like a mutant ability to be able to make things.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, but still, there's so much interactions, dude. Like I feel the execs behind making the Warner Brother DC movie choices don't like or read comics. Because if they just went through comics and said, "Hey, they'll be like, oh my god, this is crazy." Like if they wanted to get gritty, what they could do is do a Howling Commandos, freaks for World War II. You know,
that's a great that would be the Howling Command. That would be like a good HBO Max type show.
Dude, totally make it rated R and just like it'll be nuts. You know, go bonkers with that shit, dude.
No, I agree. Like man, it's just a lot of ideas. Well, you say the Howling Commandos. I'm thinking of the group that Steve Trevor was with when I said HBO Max.
Yeah, but
you could do the Howling Commandos on Disney.
You can easily do that too. But like, man, you can make some like, for you, Mr. Man, if you want that HBO, that Cinemax kind of raw kind of thing, like Howling Commandos, do the Blackhawks.
Well, I was trying to stay in the DC world.
Do the Blackhawks.
I know, but I'm talking about the Howling Commandos.
Well, only reason I said Howling Commandos is because literally like the freaks. It was like Frankenstein, werewolf, mummy man, and the vampire were recruited by the United States government to like fight the Axis forces during World War II.
Right, I got you. No, I got it.
Yeah, but do the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks were very diverse, and you can do a weekly episode of that, and it's like very gritty shit.
No, I'm with it. Like I think that's what you have to do if you want to stay ahead. And it's probably what you said. Like nobody's reading comics, so these ideas aren't coming to them because it's hard for me to believe that we haven't really had a black character on the DC side really have any solo screen time. Like it's very surprising that they haven't. Like Cyborg is the closest we've gotten, and he really didn't get that much screen time.
Oh God, it was terrible. It's okay, Alfred. I got this. And Alfred said it right. He was like, "I'm sorry. Do I know you?"
Right.
Like, no one knows you.
Who are you? Why would I let you? Why would I let you fly this thing? I don't know you.
Yeah, man. So like, there's so many characters, dude, but they always just like, hey, Green Lantern, Black Lightning. It's like, nope, you can do better.
Well, yeah, then they're probably not gonna be able to do Black Lightning for a while as long as he stays on the Arrowverse, and maybe that's why they don't do Mr. Terrific. But he's not on the Arrowverse anymore, so I'm hoping that maybe they could use him because I like your idea, and I think what you said makes a lot of sense, and I think it would really give them a leg up on when Marvel releases the Fantastic Four because you can't do the Terrifics after the Fantastic Four comes out.
No, dude,
too derivative.
They'll be like, "There's DC biting us again."
Right.
And so while they have the time, man, just go, okay, boom, do this, and they're adventurers in like their own little dark dimension. Do that shit, dude. That's how you do it, dude. That's how you do it.
No doubt. Okay. Any other closing points about Superman, black superheroes, Micheal B Jordan, anything like that before we wrap up?
Micheal B Jordan's he's an awesome actor. I'd like to see where he is 10 years from now, and the roles that he's doing. But yeah, I'm just like, man, I didn't know this conversation was going to make me so sad. It's just like, it bums me out. I'm like, dude, we can do better.
Well, it seems like every time we talk about this, like, cause we've had this discussion a few times as well. And it just comes up when we speak about it because it's clearly an issue. There just aren't that many strong black characters on the DC side, like as far as like forefront characters. And it's even slimmer when we go to the black women.
Oh, it's terrible, dude.
I mean, name another black superhero on the DC side besides Natasha Irons.
Dude, you go Vixen, then people are going to go like Amanda Waller. Yeah, and then think about it. You got like Thunder and Lightning, Black Lightning's kids, or Thunder and it's something. But yeah, man, the pickings are super slim, and it's bad.
Well, I mean, there are like Bumblebee.
I know, dude, but it's still bad.
David Zimbabwe, Nubia.
Here, think of, without them being a ripoff of a Batman or Superman, think of a very overpowered DC black woman character.
There isn't one.
I know. See.
And if there is, I'm just not. They're not coming to my mind. Maybe there is one.
No, I can't. I cannot think of. And maybe after the show, and I'll write it into you or text it to you, but I can't think of a single one, dude.
And you know what the worst part is? One of my favorite DC characters, black DC characters, is from Young Justice and not even from the comics. Calder.
Yeah.
You know, like, so that'd be cool if he was in Aquaman.
Well, there's stuff to be done with him. You
See
know?
what I mean? Like, there's another character you could easily spin off of from Aquaman if you wanted to, but you know.
Well, there's also Rocket. She's a sidekick, you know, but still.
All right, let's go to our final blow, Oz.
Oh, exciting!
What you got for the final blow?
Oh man, I want to hear your final blow because you had such an amazing one earlier.
Oh well, I was just gonna say today I took my son to go see Santa Claus for the first time, and I gotta say I was very impressed. He put on a show, had everybody in there kind of swooning. He is a natural ladies' man. Every time a lady picks him up, he just instantly starts smiling and gets them to smile. That's the charm of a young. So you know what I mean? That's my guy. That's the charm of the young one.
Yeah, that is very sweet.
That's my guy. And the other part of my final blow is I checked out the first part of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
We will be next week. I'll just go ahead and give you a preview. Next week, we will be reviewing the first 3 parts of the Crisis crossover. We will be doing part 1, 2, and 3. We'll be talking about that, and we will also be talking about Star Wars. Just kind of an overview, especially since I am a Star Wars fan and my co-host is a Trekkie, a very proud Trekkie. We'll have some interesting takes on it, and
just an overview of all 9 movies. I know one hasn't come out yet. One hasn't come out yet, but just an overview of the universe and talk about the good.
Actually, there's been about 12, 13 movies.
Yeah, we'll talk about the universe. It'll be good. It'll be a good discussion.
Yeah, it will be. And that, and then we'll preview what we think the rest of the crossover will do, and that's what we got for next week. The first part was really good. There's a really surprising death that you might not expect. Spoiler alert, won't give that away, but really good start to the franchise. But I will say this. It has been confirmed the Titans from the DC Universe are a part of the Arrowverse. Spoiler alert, I will confirm that for you. Jason Todd and Hawk show up on the crossover.
That's dope, dude. I'm going to watch that when we finish. My final blow is I will be watching Supergirl to see some amazingness tonight. I will also be watching Watchmen, one of the finest shows I've watched this year. I'm hype. As you all know, I'm hype about Watchmen like I was hype about Titans. It's just incredible. Great ride. What else? I have 2 weeks off of work, and I will be binging a lot of comic book and movies. So.
Okay. So don't forget that you can find us on Twitter at @NeForMarvelVerseDC. That's the number 4. You can also email us at @NeForMarvelVerseDC@GoDefyLife. Make sure you download, subscribe, like our podcast anywhere you get our podcasts. Oz, tell everyone you talk to them next time.
As usual, good people. I will say this to you. Oh, I'm gonna have to mix it up a little bit just for this one time. I will say, don't forget to find me on Twitter too, Ozzy Real. Now listen, that is at capital OZZIE capital REAL, the real Ozzy Killmonger. And as usual, good people, peace and chicken grease.
You plugged your Twitter?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, no, hey, yo, I told you this is no joke, dude. And by the way, I'm following more than I am, but man, Regular Scott, I'm on a mission, dude. I'm on a mission.
Word up. Hey, go follow that man. And as always, y'all have a good time because we're going to have a good time until we talk to y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
That's my thing.
I'm bumping up my Twitter and I'm stealing all your things.
God dang, man.
How do you? Yeah, I'm taking it all, dude. I'm taking it all, man. 2020, I'm taking it all.
Yo, what up, my people? This is J.R. Glent from Defy Life. If you're looking for an in-depth, honest, at times hilarious conversation on anything from current events to sports to entertainment and more, check out myself, Alvin, Thomas, Gerald, and Yosh on the Defy Life podcast. Dropping every Wednesday, available at godefylife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available. And as always, if you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about?
Yo, what's up?